We are now going to see about the pacemaker potential of the heart. The pacemaker potential is produced by the pacemaker cells of the heart known as the sinoatrial node. The resting membrane potential is 60 millivolts. Now the ionic basis of the pacemaker potential is seen in three phases: the pre-potential, threshold level and the action potential. So the pre-potential is started at 60 millivolts, which is the resting membrane potential. The K plus channels open up and efflux occurs, and then after reaching the threshold, calcium channels open up to reach the action potentials. Here a little bit of sodium channels are also working, but main work is done by transient calcium channels and the action potential is reached. Now repolarization occurs by the potassium efflux, K plus efflux. I repeat, from the resting membrane potential till the threshold level, potassium efflux and transient calcium channels open up, and then the calcium channels open up along with the sodium channels and reach the action potential. From the action potential, the resting membrane potential is attained by potassium efflux again. The threshold potential is minus 40 millivolts, and the action potential is largely due to calcium entry, and a very little contribution of sodium channels is done. This one is the slow depolarization, which occurs until the firing level, which is 40 millivolts. Now we are going to see about the effect of sympathetic stimulation on pacemaker potential. So the normal wave is like this. On sympathetic stimulation, the slope increases. The slope of the pre-potential is increased, which means there is increased facilitation of opening of calcium channels, which reaches the firing level soon. The threshold is reached soon. So there is an increased heart rate on sympathetic stimulation. Now we are going to see about the vagal stimulation effect on the pacemaker potential. Now this is the normal wave of pacemaker potential. On vagal stimulation, there is a decrease in slope. So the wave becomes like this. The waves become more spaced. So there is membrane hyperpolarization because of increased potassium permeability, and the slope is decreased. Okay, now what is the effect on heart rate? Heart rate is also decreased, and the firing level, threshold level is also decreased. The effect of vagal stimulation is thus decrease in heart rate, decrease in threshold level, and increase in potassium permeability, which leads to hyperpolarization of the membrane.